It's Benny Bones. Welcome back to the Boneland server. Playing Feed the Beast with the DW20 pack version 1.5. Since my last episode, where I basically rage quit in the nether, I've actually caught up. I did a couple of hours of playing, and as we look in there, we've got a smeltery. I actually got around to building one. I'll just get my camera to spin around again. There we are. A smeltery. Here we go. It's all working. It requires lava, which I've got a supply of. Take out my sword. I'll explain my Fairy Slayer 3000 in a moment. That's basically what I named my sword. Okay. Yes, I have an Ardite. I think it's Ardite. Stuff here. Illuminite. There we are. Illuminite sword. With a slime handle and I think it's a paper guard, giving me more abilities on it. I also have my slime pick again, a slimer pick of justice. I rebuilt it, but I also made Pinky here, which is an Ardite Illuminite pick with a paper cross and a slimer handle. So yeah, I probably don't need the slimer pick of justice anymore because this Pinky here is just as good, if not better. But I'll just come down here and I'll show you where I get my lava from. I worked out what this frame drop is. It's something to do with my computer changing the chunks or not loading the surface levels anymore. It only happens when I come up and down these stairs, nowhere else. But at the end of this tunnel, I have a lava pump, which is just pumping lava out of this lake here into this bucket, into this column I should say. I got plenty of lava down here, so I'm not too worried. I might put a bigger tank on here, maybe build a railcraft tank, which will get me more lava there. But let's just see if I can figure out where my turtle is. I think is it this way? Maybe I put my turtle back into the chest. I'm not sure. I must have. That's interesting. No, I don't see my turtle here, so it must be the other way. There we are. No, I can't see it here, it must be the other way. So yes, turtle quarry. They work pretty well. Except for I've got these big massive holes now where, I guess that's not a problem. Ooh, redstone. Is not a massive problem, but it works. And they're pretty economical too. Oh, there's my turtle. They're pretty economical, so that's even cooler. We head back up. Oh, slime. Okay, whatever. Don't know where I got that from. But yeah, one thing I want to do is start building a proper house, because having all this wedged into the side of a mountain is cool and all, but I need somewhere where I can stretch out and put all my machines in without having to knock down layers and layers of stone. I now have the rest of these machines, I just haven't had a chance to put them down. Yeah, magma crucible, induction smelter, and the liquid transposer, so I can actually get redstone power sorted out rather than relying on golden pipes, and not even golden pipes down there. They're just stone pipes, and I'm wasting a lot of energy. So if I can get that all sorted out, that would be cool. So yeah, I want to start building a house, so I might have to start looking at getting resources like stone bricks, more wood, things like that. Oh, pardon me, but that's the goal, to actually get something like that started. Yes, I can also show you how I use this furnace. I was recording with Hydro earlier and he said he didn't know how it worked. So that's one thing I can probably show you, because I just had a fumble through and I got that started. Is it still raining? It is, but it's daytime, so maybe I can... Maybe it's not quite daytime? Oh, it is. It's a bit of a shame. Yes, I can do some chopping of trees and things like that. I also got a solar panel down here. Come on, yeah. Pretty decent sword, this one. I have a solar panel just recharging this battery box, so I can actually recharge. My textures aren't lining up properly. Don't know what that's going on there. So I can actually recharge stuff. I've got a electric tree tap. That's what I'm trying to say. Electric tree tap. So that's something so far. So I'll get some resources together and I'll start planning out a house. All right. Okay, so one thing I can show you while I wait for my stone to cook up to make stone bricks is how the furnace smeltery over here works. You're going to get your little recipe book. Where are we? Maybe materials and new, is that it? Just have a quick flip into these. Tools, modifies materials. Hatchet, fry pan, wood, iron, stone, flint, cactus. Dye. Does it say how to make it? No. A blue slime. Dye here. Maybe I can make a chunk pattern. That might work. That's half a shard. Alright, so we got some ardite I found in the nether. So I might throw that in and turn it into bars. See how that works out. See, what you basically do is you pick up your ore and then you throw it in here like that. Don't stack them up because they don't melt very well like that. And they'll appear in there. So basically I'm turning all these ardite, or cobalt I should say, all this cobalt into liquid cobalt. So then I can either turn it into iron bars, which I just grabbed the right pattern for that. Iron bars look like this one, iron bars. So I can turn them into these with the use of this table. I need that book, that's it. Like that, so I can pour them out once it melts. Down the side here you've got the melting temperatures, which is very helpful because sometimes you're looking at it thinking, why isn't that not melted yet? And then you can just flip onto there and see what's going on. My lava level, I've showed you where I get my lava from, so I just grab buckets and pour it into there. It doesn't go down that quickly, but it does use it up slowly. I've got this extra trough on the side, because sometimes I'll put the recipe in wrong and I'll have extra materials, which I can just pour into this trough and either get rid of them by breaking the trough, or if I get enough to make 9 ingots worth, I can make a block in there. So things that you can't make much out of, you can pour into there and just forget about it, or you can just delete them from the world by destroying that bucket. It's a bit wasteful, but that happens sometimes. So now I've just got to wait for this to cook through and melt. What else do I have? I've got other plans over here with pickguards and things like that. I should show you how to make those plans as well. It's you need aluminum. Is it 3 aluminum and 1 copper, or is it 3 copper? I can't remember. I just grab it anyway and bring it with me when this burns. These aluminum nuggets I get from the ore berries down here. My aluminum ore berries. Just collect them up. You can cook these in a furnace or something, and it turns them into nuggets. That's where I get all of them from. And then you can just take 9 of the nuggets, of course, turn it into a raw aluminum. I keep saying aluminium because that's how you say it in real English rather than American. There we are. It's turned it into liquid cobalt. And I have 12 ingots worth, so each block melts down to 12 ingots. I can pour some of it into here, straight off like this, and this will make me a block of a block of cobalt, which I can then break up into ingots, or I can pour it into there. And that should set in a moment. There we are. And I have got a block of cobalt. And the rest I can just pour into here. I can make a pick head out of it. How much have I got left in there? I have 2. I only need 1 for a pick head. So let's go get that. My patterns were in this one. There's a pick head. Get that bar back. And we can go with this pattern. There we go. That fills it up. And there we are. A cobalt pick head. Voila. And now I can put that on a shaft and I can put a tool binding and away it goes. Throw them in there, throw that in there, that. And the 2 bars I had have been thrown into my miner's pack, I believe. Yep, there they are. The 2 ingots I picked up. Because they fall into that pack for some reason. Because I don't lock them, I leave them open. But let's see what else I can make. That's right, I wanted to make some of that copper aluminum mixture stuff. So we'll put in 3 copper to start with. There we are, 3 copper. And 1 raw aluminum. And we'll see how this turns out. There we are, that's the aluminum nugget. That's only half. And these each give me 2, I believe. So I might actually need a second raw. But we'll find out shortly. The aluminum here is melting quicker than the copper, as you can see, so we'll be able to see how much it puts in. But I think it's a 3-to-1 ratio to make the, what is it, copper aluminum, or copper alloy or something it's called. I'm not too sure what it's actually called. I don't have any bars, but I had some bars in here before, but they're gone. I've obviously used them up for something. But we'll find out shortly. There's the aluminum as melted to 1 ingot of molten aluminum, and it's pink. Which you throw some iron, I think, in there, and you get the pink stuff here. This aluminite. It's a mixture of iron and aluminum, and I think obsidian in it as well. Those are the 3 things. And then you get plenty of that stuff. I had enough to make the 2. There's 2, and then I've got 5 left in my chest over there. So I had plenty. This should be melting any moment now, and we'll see it coming to here. About 6 nuggets, and it's made molten copper on top of my what's it? Molten copper and molten brass. Oh, there we are. I had the recipe slightly wrong, but it's left me with some left over. So if I throw this in here, it might melt the rest of this into more molten aluminum brass. As you can see, it makes different layers, and that's why I've got the second pour off tank, because you can only pour 1 layer out at a time, and that's what that's there. It's just to catch the extra layers I don't really need. Alright, that's melted now, and it's still saying I've only got 1 ingot. How much have I got left? Maybe I should throw some more. I got 5 ingots worth of copper, so maybe I had the ratio backwards. Maybe it was 3-to-1 with the aluminum to copper. So I can just keep pouring it around until I get it right. Or I can siphon them off into different ingot molds or different molds all up. So what else have I got? That's 1 ingot and 3 nuggets. Let's cook this up and see what I can get. Maybe I have some aluminum ore in here. Tin aluminum ore, there we are. Usually it's good to have it right at the beginning, otherwise you just end up with a mess in there. Unfortunately, I am working with a mess at the moment. And it's run out of power in my coal burners. I try not to put too much in because I end up wasting it otherwise. And coal is kind of precious at the moment. There we are, I've got 2 ingots and 6 nuggets. And I've still got 4 ingots of copper. So I just got to keep pouring it in until I hopefully run out of ingots of copper in there. I can start pouring them out. So what you can do is you put an item there. Let's see what we got. So I've got a sword handle, cross binding, and nuggets. Maybe a shovel head pattern. So if I have a shovel head in here, chisel, bone, wooden knife blade. I don't seem to have a shovel head in here, unfortunately. But they're pretty simple to make. And I have lots of stone, so you can just make a shovel head out of anything, really. Come over to my table. We go... no, we don't want that one, do we? We want this one here. My tool rod. We want that. And we get a piece of stone. And it makes me a shovel head. Take that shovel head and I can put it on my table. And now the aluminum, the copper mixture, I would just say that, has already made a mold for it. So I can take that out. There we are, a cast of a shovel head. So now we can make a cobalt, ardite. We can make any type of shovel we want out of that stuff. Yeah, it's pretty handy. That's basically what you do. It's always good to get your recipes right to start with. I don't know them very well, as you can probably tell. That's why I've got 4 ingots of copper still in there. Maybe if I put 2 more aluminum in there, it might balance out. Or it might make it horrible mixture. We'll find out. While it's happening, I'll go down and get some more. Oh, I've got some lava here. Look at that. I was about to say I'd go down and get some more lava, but I've got some here. Just have to right click on the tanks and they fill up. Now let's see how this turns out. This one here is almost done as well. So yeah, that's melted off. And we got 4 ingots in there and 3 ingots and 3 nuggets left. So I'm slowly getting there. I probably have to throw a little bit more in. And we're slowly getting through all the copper I poured in there earlier because I got my recipe wrong. It's a bit of a shame. But if I can get enough in there, I can actually just make a block like I did with the cobalt. Alloys, there we are, alloys. Oh, here we got here's the recipes, it looks like. They're in the alloys book. I was looking in the wrong book. So to make the brass, we need 3 aluminum and 1 copper. I kind of stuffed that up. I put 3 copper and 1 aluminum, so I got that backwards. To make the millinite, you need 2 cobalt and 2 ardite. To make the aluminite, you need aluminium, iron, and obsidian. So I've got one ardite and I've got the cobalt. So I can maybe, well, I need an ardite and I can make a manilium item. So there's your recipes. Just remember they're in the black book. Because I had the wrong book and I was taking a guess at all the recipes. So that's my fault. So I'm getting there. I've got 2 more left, so I think that is another 2 of these. I don't know, maybe. How much have I got in there? 7. 2 more of them maybe, and that will make the right amount, or maybe a 3rd one. Do I have enough to make more? I will when I cook off some more of these little fluffy things. The aluminum stuff. Hopefully some more has grown, to be honest. Yeah. 10, close, almost. So yeah, that's my mistake. Always check your recipes before you start working on these things, because it's a bit hard to fix them up afterwards, as we can now see. So I'm just going to try and get all this molten aluminum brass into this vat here and just turn it into a block. Make it easier to store. With ingots, or you can just make plain panes with them. You can just pour it straight onto that and then you throw it in later. That's another way of doing it. What have we got? 1 ingot, 3 nuggets. And how about this one? 6 nuggets remaining, so that's probably another 1 bar. But I've got enough to pour into here. And look at that, it looks like cheese to me. Liquid cheese. And is that going to set now? And look, a block of cheese. Not really, it doesn't look much like cheese anymore. So we throw it in there. So here we are. We're getting some stuff in here, starting to accumulate. You can just, I think you can break this down by just throwing it up here. There you are, you can turn it into 9 aluminum bars, but I'm just going to leave it like that for now. Just run out of power. No, it's finished. Throw that in there. And another one. You can't throw nuggets into the smeltery. I've tried. It doesn't work. Well, it didn't work for me. It might just be the way I'm doing it. But hey, that's just what I found. I hope this helps at all. Otherwise, I'll have a bit of a wonky recipe. Hopefully this will melt up nice and quick. So another 4. 5. Any more grown? So I believe I was 1 or 2 short. No more has grown yet. So I'll take this one. Take some of these. I still have to go down and get those gold ones I spotted, because I haven't been able to get them yet. Yes, it looks like I'm 1 short or 2 short. That's a shame. Yes, I'm 1 short. Drat. But let's see what this is giving me. I've got 3 nuggets left. So yes, one of these raw aluminum powder things is equivalent to 3 nuggets of the melted ore. So just bear that in mind when you're mixing them again. There we are. 1. This is just what I need. So now I can empty my smelter. Aluminum. Another raw nugget. Raw aluminum. And throw that up there. And now this should do the last of it, I hope. What have we got? We have... It will give us, what, 1.5 nuggets, is it? That's a shame. Don't know how it got a little bit wonky like that, but it must be me throwing stuff in aimlessly. Really. It's a bit of a pain, but hey. Maybe I can make a nugget plan. Or a chunk plan, or whatever they are. What's that? That's a bone chisel. Have I got a half chunk in here? A pan pattern? No, I haven't made a pan yet. My shovel head. Oh, I've got a shovel head in there already. The chisel head, tool rod, half moon note. I can go back in there. So I have lots of those plans. What's that? Oh, it's giving me 2 ingots after all. Look at that. So now I'll just pour these out and I'll empty my smelter. There's 1. It's called a blank cast when it comes out like this. There we are. And now that's empty. I didn't really get up to much. This just kind of showed you how I've worked out how to run the smelter. I'm not very effective at it, as you've just witnessed. Ooh, what's going on there? I'm not very effective with it. But I'm learning. I've never really played with Tinker's Construct. So, yeah, next time I think I'm going to actually start building my house. But at least I'll be able to get my resources all sorted out and things like that. But until then, I'm Benny Bones. This is the Boneland server. I hope this just wasn't a waste of time. But yeah, until next time, adios.